All praise, honor, and glory go to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Peace and safety to the hopefully elect, all the sincere brothers out there pushing the Heavenly Father's word out of a pure heart and sincerity and in truth. And for everybody who don't know Yahweh, that's the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, that's the name of the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And what you're looking at on your screen is the United States Space Force. United States Space Force. And basically in this lesson, I'm gonna show you that Esau is basically preparing for what they would call an alien attack. And I'm gonna go into precepts and I'm gonna show you a real life alien attack, because the word alien only means foreigner. And the angels that's gonna attack this earth uh, with the Lord's judgment is basically foreigners um, to this earth. Okay, when you look up the word alien in the New Testament, it says hostile. It also says enemy, which the angels are uh, basically an enemy of this of the wicked rulers of this earth, man. Which started with Esau and trickled down to Gog and Magog, which is the nations. So it says United States Space Force. The United States Space Force is a space service branch, which we know, according to the Bible, there's no space. That's just more propaganda and deception. That's pushed by Esau, man. And I'm gonna show you that and give you the understanding in this lesson why they do that. So it says the United States Space Force in the Space Service branch of the U.S. Armed Forces, and is one of the 8 U.S. uniformed service, initially formed as Air Force Space Command on the 1st of September 1982. So let's go back to 1982, dealing with Ronald Reagan. And basically he warns uh, the world, all the world leaders, basically, that a so-called alien attack, meaning that um, those angels led by Yahweh Shai is basically one day is gonna come, return, and bring judgment upon this kingdom, man. So let's play the clip.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
So basically, there you have it. Ronald Reagan, which was the president in 1982 when this Air Force Space Command was created. So it says the Space Force was established as an independent military branch on 20 December 2019, which under this current president, Donald Trump. And it says, with the signing of the United States Space Force Act, part of the National Defense Authorization Act, and this is the seal of the United States Space Force, the Department of the Air Force. And it says founded December 2019, 11 months ago, as an independent service. September 1st, 1982, during Ronald Reagan presidency, 38 years, 3 months as Air Force Space Command. So basically, Ronald Reagan started the Air Force Space Command, and in 2019, uh, Donald Trump made it official with this United States Space Force. And basically this is the branch that they created to fight against the Lord and the angels, which they call aliens. All right, which I'm gonna show you in this lesson through the precepts in the Bible, a true life alien invasion, man. Okay, so it says the role. So basically, the role of the Space Force. And I want to look up this information mobility. It says information warfare. It says information warfare is a concept involving the battle space use and management of information and communication technology in pursuit of a competitive advantage over an opponent, which the opponent that's going to uh, invade this kingdom you're not going to be able to get an advantage over. All right, so it says information warfare is the manipulation of information trusted by a target without the target's awareness, so that the target will make decisions against their interests, but in the interest of the one conducting information warfare. As a result, it is not clear when information warfare begins, ends, and how strong or destructive it is. Information warfare may involve the collection of tactical information. The one the one's own information is valid, spreading the propaganda. And basically this space this space this space army that they created, Space Force, Salaki, this Space Force is basically a bunch of propaganda, all right, or disinformation to demoralize or manipulate, to manipulate you simple minded people, all right, basically to believe that aliens gonna um, one day invade, and the so-called white man, the devil, gonna have to save you. All right, but I'm here to tell you that those aliens that Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump and these Edomites fear so much are actually the angels, all right, led by Yahweh Shah. And it's written in the scriptures, and I'm going to show you in the precepts how they're going to invade, a true alien invasion. Like I said, the word alien, when you look it up, it only means foreigner. All right, it also means enemy. Enemy of who? The wicked, man. Start with the nation of Edom. So it says spreading the propaganda, that propaganda of the Space Force and alien invasion or disinformation. And that's what that is, a bunch of disinformation to demoralize and or manipulate the enemy. And that's one of the words that describes the word alien in the New Testament. Also in the Old Testament, it says enemy. It says information collection opportunities to opposing forces, and that's what Yahweh Shai and the angels are to this kingdom, opposing force, man. All right, that's coming to bring the destruction upon Babylon, which is a people and not a place. Information warfare is closely, Salakia, is closely linked to psychological warfare. Psychological warfare. So basically, that's the point on that. Now, let me get a precept and I'll give you an example of a real alien invasion. This is Revelation 9. I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to read down to verse 11. It says, "And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth." All right, which is referring to Yahweh Shai. That's the star, okay? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He's the one that's going to lead the host of heaven, which is the angels, which the so-called white man called aliens, to bring the destruction. So that's the alien invasion that Esau is referring to. He's just using his propaganda and manipulation to fool the fool the simple, man. All right. So it says to deceive the simple. So it says fall from heaven unto the earth. So that's what's coming from space. What uh Esau's so-called space, Yahweh Shai. And it says, and to him was given the key to the bottomless pit, the authority, man, to bring this judgment, man. All right. Now let's see what's in that bottomless pit that the Lord is going to unlock and release uh, those opposing forces upon the nation of Edom. Verse 2, and he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, and that smoke represents indignation, represents anger, represents the judgment, man. All right. That's the smoke, that torment, that punishment. All right. Because the Lord is hot. He's mad. He's fuming. So that's what that smoke symbolizes. Read on, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by the reason of the smoke of the pit. It's not talking about literal smoke. It's referring to the anger of the Lord, that punishment that the Lord is going to bring upon the nation of Edom. Verse 3, and there came out of the smoke locusts, and the locust is the host of heaven, referring to the angels. All right, that's the locust that the Lord is going to release upon this earth, man. So it says, locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, because that star, Yahweh Shai, was given that key. So he has the authority to give the power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree. And that's representing the righteous of Israel. All right. But only those men which have not the seal of the Heavenly Father in their forehead. And that's referring to everybody outside the 144,000, referring to Revelation 14. All right. And Revelation 7. Those are the ones with the seal of the Heavenly Father in their forehead. And that's who the Lord commanded the angels not to hurt. Everybody outside that is going to get that business, man. So verse 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but they should be tormented, 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. And in those days, shall man seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle. That's those opposing forces. That's the host of the Lord. That's that enemy who Ronald Reagan was referring to. Okay, those aliens, those so-called aliens. All right, which are the angels. They're coming prepared for battle. It says, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were like the faces of men. And they had hair as the hair of woman, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. And they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. So that's who's coming to bring the war. So that's why that Space Force was created, man. All right. That's the purpose for the Space Force, man. So verse 10, it says, and they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. Verse 11, and they had a king over them. That king referring to the star, which is Yahweh Shai, the one with the key, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue, his name is Apollyon, which means destruction. So that's a true alien invasion, man. That's the alien invasion. Okay? Yahweh Shai leading the angels, the hosts of heaven, to basically bring the destruction, bring the punishment to the nation of Babylon. Now let's get one last precept. Stay in the book of Revelations, chapter 12 and verse 7. And there was war in heaven. And Ronald Reagan referred to that war. Okay? He referred to the a war that those aliens is gonna come with. That's gonna make the nations unite. All right, Gog and Magog. Okay, referring to the mountains, the kings of the earth, basically. It says, and there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels, and that's the locust coming out of the bottomless pit. Okay, and we know the king over Michael and the angels is Yahweh Shai. So it says, fought against the dragon, fought against the space force, okay, Gog and Magog, and the dragon fought and his angels. All right, and the dragon angels would be all those that pledge allegiance to fight against the Lord, uh, for with alongside Babylon, man. Okay, and prevailed not, So when Yahweh Shai and the angels invade this earth and bring the judgment against the dragon and his angels, Esau and Gog and Magog, they're not going to prevail, man. All right, and that's their biggest fear. Okay, so it says, neither was their place found any more in heaven, meaning their position of power. All right, that's that place. That place, it says, any position or space marked off, as it were from surrounding space. It says metaphorically the condition or station held by one in any company or assembly. All right, so that place is referring to a condition. So they're going to be taken out of their position of power, man. Okay, as you can see here in the Strong's, it says position, man. All right, condition. All right, so that's basically the point. Um, I hope you was edified, and with that, I'm gonna say shalom.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?